I thought we was all being respectful and
Who are you
stuff.
referring? One second. Who are you referring to as a bitch, Willie? Because I know it is. Because I know you're referring to the woman who gave birth to your big gigantic ass.
Hold on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Let's go and get back to that. Man, that's
My point is there is a demographic that follows her. They are not the majority. They are not. So to say it's like we should blow up this minority, no, it's gonna be people who follow ratchet people. That's just how it works, right? We can't change everybody's thought process, but to believe that it's all most of us or many of us, no, it's the people who follow her, and they too can be ratchet.
I mean, she got 164 million followers on Instagram. That's more than how many black people in this country.
But what I'm saying to you is champion for her. He stated that they were in the comments championing for her.
They were
104 million.
No, I'm across from pretty much what we've seen. Outside of men, all the women were championing for her. The minority were actually the ones that were saying, "Hey, this doesn't make any sense. Why are you doing this?" But if you look at her, if you look at any blog post, any Facebook comment post, any Instagram post, most of everybody was defending her and championing her in her new endeavors. Nobody looked at her and said, this doesn't make any sense, except for mostly men.
So when okay, never mind.
Y'all do remember that she made this whole thing about how she liked to rob niggas and get niggas set up and stuff. And she talked about drugging men and how she actually did it, described the incident, and she actually did it. Rick Ross had a line in the song. He said he put Molly in her drink and she didn't even know it. He had a line in a rap song and lost a $7 million Reebok.
Yes, he did.
Because of 16 he spit in a rap song. This country, and when we say, and I'm not even gonna say this country, but I will say this, that black women do support ratchet fuck shit more than any other group of women. Whether it's the minority or the majority of them, black women support that shit. Cardi B is not black, but Cardi B does speak. She does live to the ratchet black woman experience because she's a ratchet black bitch with experience, meaning with money and status and fame. She has 164 million followers. So to think that a woman with 164 million followers is not going to have the people in her comment section championing her is just foolhardy.
I guess I'm just a little confused just in a situation of it's like the thing of like when somebody does something, right? Especially like I'll say in terms of the black experience, when two people get in a fight, it gets on the news, but then they bring up all of the other stuff that has nothing to do with the incident to make a point. So I just kind of feel like earlier, I think I'm sorry if I don't, or Bo was just saying that both of them are, that she considered them the same. For me, I think the difference or trying to make the difference of saying who's worse because both of them are exhibiting poor behavior doesn't make sense. It's like you got one that's in the mud and the other one in damp dirt. They're both dirty. So we're going to argue the level of how dirty the other one is. To me, that just doesn't make sense. All I'm saying is it was a ratchet situation on both ends, is not a benefit to the kids, is not a good example for anybody watching. And to split hairs to say which one is worse, to me, doesn't make any sense. All of it is bad. We don't want anybody repeating any of the behaviors that any of them exhibited. So that's all I have to say on that.
Hey, we got to stop and give you flowers for your hair. Your shit is fire tonight. What's good?
No, thank you.
Okay, so I took the liberty of starting to do some research of what the demographic of Cardi B supporters are. 40% are male. 60% are female with a high population of Afro-Latina and Latina supporters, right? So because she is Latina, which y'all conveniently love to call people black when they do something ratchet, and then they're Latina now when they're trying to vie for office, then they're trying to get in certain political positions. Now all of a sudden, you're not black. But when you want to insult them, then all of a sudden they're black, right? Her supporters are mixed groups. They're also very young. She also has a lot of white female supporters as well. Because I don't know if you've ever heard of like the Travis Scotts and the young Black artists, but they have heavy white young supporters as well. So if we're going to bring in an Instagram follow list, it's not an indicator of how many black women follow Cardi B, right? Y'all love to pick and choose when you acknowledge someone's blackness and when you don't. And I think you need to unpack your very low racial self-esteem that every single time you're using black as an insult, that's when you call people black. Versus when they're vying for office, they want to get into political positions, then you want to break down how black somebody is. But whenever you want to attach criminal behavior, ratchetry, according to y'all, ghetto behavior, Section 8 behavior, you know, like the ones who sell it, all of that, then you want to call everybody black. I do think that's interesting.
So she's technically what, Afro-Caribbean? Her father's what?
Her father is, I just looked it up. Her father is Dominican and her mother is Trinidadian. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I really don't know why she left. I don't know what he did wrong, because I think that there are certain details that we just don't know about their relationship. Like, there may be things going on that we don't know nothing about. We only can say what we see, but it may be something whole different between them behind the scenes. So I don't know.
I think it's a lot of I don't know, maybe the sound is off, but it seems like people are just hearing what they want to hear. First of all, respectfully, fuck both of them. It's not about their relationship. I don't think anybody who takes their relationship serious is a joke. No one looking at them as an example of what we should do. I never took their relationship serious. It was to me, it was just a big joke. So as far as who's wrong in a relationship, they both are. But what I'm saying is, I'm tired of her being showcased, period. You know what I'm saying? You could take the relationship away from Stephon Diggs. He's an accomplished athlete. Now, I'm not saying athletics matter so much, but he earned his spot. I don't know what talent she has. So when I was comparing the two, it wasn't about who's better in a relationship. They both are horrible, obviously, in a relationship. But as far as an individual person, I just think she's never really evolved. Like I said, I just think it's funny. I heard somebody say earlier that we finally are acknowledging abuse. Like, I don't know what that means. I'm just acknowledging what someone admitted that they did. So it didn't take me, I'd have to look for a red flag. I just sat back and listened. If a person says, hey, I drug people and I robbed them, that doesn't take inquiry. That's just simply listening and repeating. So I just think that if we're going to have a fair conversation, let's just judge each other by what we're actually saying, what we're actually evaluating. Because I never heard nobody say Cardi B is black. Never heard nobody say that Cardi B speaks for black women. I know I didn't say that. But I didn't say that. My whole point was,
Willie just said she's a ratchet black bitch.
No one interrupted you. Please relax. It's okay.
I didn't say that she was a ratchet black bitch either. This bitch is just lying now. Like,
I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I thought we was all being respectful and
stuff.
One
second. Who are you referring to as a bitch, Willie? Because I know it is. Because I know you're referring to the woman who gave birth to your big gigantic ass.
Hold on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Let's go to get back to the ass, man. Let's stay away from this. Come on, y'all. Let's not take it personal. Stay away from
it. Ain't y'all. She's like, listen.
Hey, we can move on. We can move on.
I ain't recovered yet.
Let's just go ahead and keep it professional, y'all. Come on. Jeez,
professional. Can I just ask you one question? Because, like I was saying before about splitting hairs, like. She talked about robbing, you were saying, people for money or what have you, right? That we would say that that's, bad behavior. Now, I don't know him, but I'm just speaking in general because I don't want to make assumptions about him per se.
But I'm not judging a relationship. I'm not saying who's worse in the relationship. I've removed myself from that. So I know that's what y'all want to talk about. Fuck both of them.
I wasn't going to say that.
Okay, but I don't care.
What I was going to say is about... Let's say, because like I said, I can't put it on because I don't follow him. I don't know him. But if we're talking about typical ratchet behavior, this is for me generalizing that behavior, right? Is what she did worse, right, than a man going around impregnating various women, and then not taking care of their kids?
First of all,
I'm not saying he's not, because I don't know.
I know
I'm
you.
just saying in
Keyword
general.
you keep saying, and I'm glad you're saying that because you don't know. So let me tell you what it is. I was responding to what Pretty said when she said something about that he's just as bad or something like that. And I'm like, and I was comparing that they are both wrong for different reasons.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all have to listen. Like, I literally said his crime is he's obviously emotionally immature. He hasn't matured as a man. He's very promiscuous. I said that. But he's doing it with women who are at least, at the minimum, consenting to his fuckery. Right? Is that fair mistake? Okay. This woman talked about doing things against men's consent on the record. So by definition, if we're all conscious, intelligent adults, and we could take our male and female feelings out of it, one person has a history of being a lot more negative than the other, because everything he did with women was complicit and consensual. Was it morally wrong? Right? Absolutely not.
Okay, I can agree with you. I get that point. Yeah.
Part. I said that from the beginning, so we need to all be like better listeners. Because
you explained it better, because what I was looking at was the general statement that you made. So I was speaking to
it was in response to what Pretty said, but you didn't hear that.
But what I'm saying is I was speaking generally. What you just said made it, you zoomed in on what that difference was in terms of one being, hold on,
I did that earlier.
One being consensual and one not.
That you was that? You thought he raped them? He's not on trial for forcing women. Hold on. He's never been on. Hold on,
y'all. One mic.
You're arguing to something that I'm saying. I agree with you. You're arguing against what you're saying. I'm saying now that you added more detail in what you were saying, I get what you're saying, and I agree with you.
No problem. I'm not trying to argue with you. What I'm saying is he only was just being with multiple women. His crime was not essaying women. It was just getting them pregnant. So that was already established. He's not a criminal. He's just a player with a lot of money. He's a playboy.